Hey,
Hello.
hey. Happy Monday, guys. We're back. Oh, Arosa, hello. I missed you guys. I know I was here last week too, but still.
It's so nice to see everybody every week.
Yes, and the kitty, Tom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Luna was my wife is at Disney with a friend of ours who's celebrating
Oh.
their so Disney does this thing where for everyone that has like their 10-year work anniversary,
Oh, okay.
they do like this big huge party, and you can't go until you've worked at Disney for 10 years. And then once you've worked there for 10 years, you can go every time they do the party.
To all of
Yeah.
Oh.
And they close Magic Kingdom. Yeah, and it's in the entire park. Yeah. So my friend was like, "Do you want to come? I only have one ticket." And I was like, "Erin should go." So
Yes.
she needs to have some fun, and I also have to hang out here with you guys.
Yes, you do.
And no, wait, I'm sorry. I get to hang out here with people like Gnomon Garden and the light blinded fool over here.
Yes, episode 7. It's a
Crystal,
good one.
Yay! Crystal. So I do have some sad news to report though. So Crystal obviously is not here tonight because she is sick. And then also one of our trio of amazing authors couldn't make it either because they are also sick because children bring plagues with them.
They do.
Sure, yeah, you know that, Ebony.
They do. No matter how much medicine you take, they sneeze directly into your mouth while talking.
They birth. I feel like they're the petri dish that births all of the world's diseases.
There, and yet we keep having them. But
hey, I chose to have this. This is my child right here.
Yeah.
19 years. 19 years I've had this cat.
That is your adult. That is.
But I could still carry him around.
I mean, Avi tries to get me to carry her. It doesn't end well for anybody. But but we keep making them, Crystal. We keep making them, and we just love on them. See, it's because they don't know how to act around each other.
But I want to, before we bring in our duo of amazing authors that were able to join us tonight, I want to just real quick, I'm going to post the link to Sarah J. Sover is the author that couldn't join us tonight because she's sick. We love Sarah. She is fantastic. This is Sarah. When I went to her Facebook and was like, oh yeah. I was like, like I clicked on photos of Sarah and this was like the 4th one down. And I'm like, all right, that makes things easy. And her book is called, the series is called The Fractured Fae. So it's an urban fantasy. And the first book is Fairy Godmurder. The main character is a fairy godmother. But like the tagline that I remember her telling me was like, my fairy godmother wears combat boots. So like
she's rough and tumble.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then the excerpt on the back of the book is, so the main character, her first charge, like her first princess, is murdered. And then she spends like the next X amount of time trying to figure out who murdered her. So like that's the first book. So it's a fun series. Yeah. And that's not a spoiler because that's on the back of the book.
Okay. Okay.
But I like I said, I posted Sarah's link tree. Go and give her some love and tell her to feel better on the social medias.
Yes.
But let's bring in our other fantastic guest who joined us. Look, here comes an awesome guest.
My absolute favorite entry, guys. I was so happy when Tom did that. But we have Kristina and Ellie with us, and look at these ears on Ellie. I love them.
Like it's totally because they give me like control over who I get to invite, but I get to invite people that I only usually get to see like once or twice a year, and now I get to see you guys more. It's fantastic.
Yay! Yeah, I think that's the only reason Tom asked me to co-host this with him.
It's so true. Now I get to see your face every week.
Well, everyone loves you, Ebony, so that's another reason.
It's true.
Well, I try to be lovable. It's easier to take over the world when people love you.
I thought that was Avienda's job.
She's not quite ready yet. I know she told me, she's like, I'm 12 now. I think I could probably take over the world. But she didn't have a plan and she didn't have a team. So we have to have a few more talks and then I can hand it over to her. So
right. Okay. So yes, we have authors Kristina Gruell and Ellie Raine. Ellie is the author of the Necroseme Chronicles, and my wife Erin. I mean, I like the books too, but Erin was like, "Oh my god, I love she likes the magic systems and stuff like that, and she likes all the what was it? What was she? Oh, so well. Before I say that, Ellie has on her website for the Necroseme Chronicles the magic system, and the things are divided a bit, and you can take a personality test and find out what you are. My wife is a dream catcher. I am a reaper, and I think Ellie, you were too, right?
Yeah.
So if Ellie, why don't you tell us a little bit about the books, and then while Ellie's talking, why don't y'all in chat go and take the personality test over on her website that I just posted, and let us know what you guys are.
Okay, so basically the books are kind of like a necromancer fantasy action adventure. So imagine if Tim Burton had written Lord of the Rings. So it's a gothic epic fantasy.
Okay. Okay.
So,
does everyone have really stretched out limbs and gigantic eyes?
Some of them.
I just immediately just
there's a lot of morbid humor involved with it. So yeah, if you're okay with that, then pick it up.
Yeah, that's my kind of humor. The whatchamacall? Oh wow, my brain. I saw puppies and I got completely distracted. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say
real quick.
Puppies.
Real quick. I don't want to just like not talk about your book, but I just have to look at the puppies.
Look at
the puppies. It's a puppy butt. It's a butt. Hello.
Oh,
you're so cute. Yes, you are.
That's Lando Calrissian.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
And Leia Organa.
Of course.
My gosh, they're so
Are they brother and sister?
Yes.
That's fantastic.
The same litter. Okay.
Yeah, never. There's never morbid humor here at all.
Never, ever.
No, you cannot take my lap.
What? I'm just a 60-pound lap dog.
He's a 75-pound lap dog.
My cat is, with as loud as I'm being, he's literally snoring right now.
Are you boring, Luna?
No, he's just used to my shit. He's used to my nonsense.
That's fair.
And then, so Kristina, you have the wait, hold on. In Blood and Fire. Sorry, I got it. It's in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of information in my head right now because I did a lot of reading today. Oh, it's Hopper. Hey, Hopper.
Hey, Hopper. Yeah, so the In Blood and Fire series is kind of, it's got that high fantasy vibe, but I put it in the equivalent of Victorian England. So we have trains, factories are starting to be a thing. You know, we're not just on horses in the candlelight. One of the beginning opening scenes in the books talks about how gas lights are being installed all over the city, and you're only cool if your house has got gas lights. So I love epic fantasy and, Jordan and Tolkien and Game of Thrones, but it always seems to be stuck so far in the past. So I wanted to explore what it would be like to have a high stakes end of the world fantasy where you have trains that can supply your battle lines and, just a little bit more tech forward. No computers or anything like that. But,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was what I started with, and it just snowballed from there.
And then I have you have multiple books out, and then is there a new book coming out soon?
Yeah, so that's the complete series is the main 5 books, and then there's a companion that's got 3 novellas and 3 short stories called the In Blood and Fire Companion. But I have a new book coming out in the spring, and it's the first book in the Night Goddess trilogy. and it's called The Dark Moon. That one I'm exploring. You know, most epic fantasy series, you're getting to kill the bad guy. That's the end goal. Mm-hmm. I wanted to explore what happened after the big bad. You know, the cataclysmic event has happened. The big bad guy is dead, and now there's a power vacuum.
Okay.
And the world has to recover from the big bad guy.
So it's the aftermath of after the good guys win.
Yeah. So it's something happens at the end of the Blood and Fire series on Redalon, and it has ripple effects to other worlds in the Aether system, which is the corner of Summerled that we're in now. And so the new trilogy picks up is immediately after the events of the In Blood and Fire series on a new world.
Oh, okay.
Exploring how the good guys winning messed stuff up.
So kind of almost like a little Cosmere type stuff, because you're having like multiple stories. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And Ellie, since I'm a terrible host, I forgot to also mention your other book, Nightingale.
That one.
I love that cover.
Yeah, it looks. Is that like detective noir types? Like
that? Well, yes. It's so the tagline I got for that one is 1940s gangsters.
Okay, that's immediately what I felt with that fedora and.
Yeah.
But so there's like a horror twist with Greek gods as the mafia. So.
Okay.
So Arosa got Dreamcatcher. So what does that mean for her?
You are very logical. You tend to be. Usually, you guys like to study. They're the knights of the dream realm. So what they usually do is they usually withhold their judgments until they get more information, because they're all about data first and planning the strategy before they act.
Okay. And then it looks like Rapunzel. Oh, hey, Rapunzel. Rapunzel got Blade Sworn, and then we'll do one more. Who was the other one? I saw Hopper. Oh, and Hopper got Reaper like us. So what's a Blade Sworn?
So a Blade Sworn is the Knights of the Land. They're kind of like the paladins. Like, they're healers, but they're also protectors.
Okay.
So they will support their friends as hard as they possibly can, usually to a fault. You know, they will bleed for you, essentially. Okay. They are the bleeding.
I already identify with that one.
Yeah.
And then Jeff is a Reaper with us.
Yeah. So the Reapers are kind of like the in-between personalities of the two. So if the dream catchers are creatures of logic and the Blade Sworn are creatures of emotion, then the Reapers are kind of that happy little middle ground of exactly both. But if if one emotion side gets the best of them and you mess with their friends, they will kill you.
Yep, that sounds right. That's accurate.
You cannot mess with their friends, because they will come after you. It is not a good idea.
That's totally accurate. So before we jump into Wheel of Time stuff, I got to mention, we're getting ready to do our next show, and we posted our polls up on the social medias. Right now, Avatar: The Last Airbender Book 2 is narrowly beating Wednesday, Good Omens Season 2, and The Legend of Vox Machina. And I have one thing that I want to say about that. That's one of my favorite scenes.
I have to go make people vote so that we do Avatar.
Yeah.
You picked the best scene for that, dude.
Yeah,
yes.
It was fantastic.
Tom is good at what he does. I will say Tom is good at what he does. This is Tom's thing.
Sometimes I forget to mention authors' books.
That's fine. I mean, you are human.
I honestly, I love Avatar. I mean, I love all of those shows. Like I've seen all of them. I enjoy all of them. It's just Avatar has like a very special place in my heart. Oh, a new name. Hey, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
But yeah, I love Avatar. Avatar is like one of my comfort shows. Like,
yeah,
if I'm having a bad day, I'll put Avatar on and just like watch Avatar. I want Uncle Iroh to just narrate my life.
Wait. Noman Garden, you just started watching it for the first time?
That's amazing. That makes me, I mean, like, you said that you haven't seen
it, Christina? Your kids would love it. I only watched it because Roman and Asia were watching it. And like, it's like, it is the best cartoon. It's not a cartoon. It's not a cartoon. It's an animated series.
Yeah.
Is what it is. And Uncle Iroh, like, I strive to be him in life. Like, he is just, he is everything that I want to, like, all the wisdom, and also I want some tea, like either kind, like literal or figurative. I'll take either kind of tea.
And he would share the best tea too. Yes, he knows all the stuff.
Yes, it is. You gotta watch it, Kristina. You gotta watch it.
There's this TikToker I follow. I forgot her name. She has this whole series of like 12 TikToks where she plays like two parts. She'll be like, I want to watch a show that just has a really great story arc where like a misogynistic man starts off being like, you know, kind of dumb and doesn't really like believe in women and stuff. And then by the end of the show, there's like a really good growth of character and you see where he ended up. And they're like, you should watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. But she has like 12 videos where like the person says like different, wildly different examples of things. And they're like, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yeah.
It is all correct. Like it, but it also introduces like real world issues in a way that a kid, like somebody Avi's age, can understand the concept. Yes, I do too. But like a 12-year-old can understand the concept.
Hold on. I'll be right back. You keep going. I'll be right back.
Okay. It's done in a way that like somebody Avi's age can understand the concepts of why it is wrong to for one nation to take over the world and to act that way. You know what I mean? It's a good introduction to like not necessarily how horrible the world can be, but the things that exist in the world.
And there is no war in Ba Sing Se.
Right. So also,
oh my God, where did you get it?
Erin bought it for me for Christmas.
Oh.
My wife bought it for me for Christmas.
One of my kids' favorite things, though, about Avatar is how they mix the animals. You know what I mean? Like, like it's like a morphing of two, because it's a flying bison, Kristina. That's what Appa is.
Yeah. And Dragon Prince has the same creators and stuff, so like they do that too over there.
Yeah, and it's because sometimes it is just like they pick the two oddest animals, and I'm like, why would y'all do that? But it's adorable.
One of my favorites is the platypus bear.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
my favorite is just the bear.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
You're like, it's not a platypus bear? No. It's not a, like, he says like 5 different bears. And like, no, just a bear.
Just a bear. What is that?
But like a platypus isn't messed up enough. Like it's not enough animals on its own.
Right?
That you had to throw bear in there.
It already looks like a chimera.
Yes.
It doesn't have a sticker, Sarah. Sorry, I don't know if it's a Squishmallow or not, and my wife is not home to ask her where she got it. But
we'll post it. We'll let y'all know so everybody can get one.
I'll post it.
Yes, Hopper, you should do a rewatch, but also the live action is coming out and it looks good.
I'm
excited for it.
Really
I don't want to be disappointed. I've already gone through that.
The new.
Yes.
Or rather, we should say the only.
Yes.
The only.
Yeah.
Live action.
That is a whole other conversation, talking about the first live action. What?
And where can you see him here? Like, there's Momo.
Yeah. Momo.
He's a great example of another mixture of creatures. He's like a bat and lemur.
Yes. And adorable. He's adorable.
Very adorable. Even though they try to eat him sometimes. Okay.
But I mean, times get rough. But we are here
Yeah. So speaking of Agenor, though, it's a great segue into the Wheel of Time.
Yes.
So I know Ellie and Kristina both because of JordanCon, and obviously JordanCon is it's not a Wheel of Time convention. It's a science fiction and fantasy literature convention that is themed for the Wheel of Time, and it started from a love of the Wheel of Time. But I know you two are both have both read the series, if not in whole, at least in part. So how did you guys get introduced to the Wheel of Time and JordanCon and stuff like that? Kristina?
I finished, so I actually found the Wheel of Time series after Robert Jordan passed away.
Oh,
I
okay.
finished the Game of Thrones, and I was looking for something to read while waiting for the next book to come out.
I'm sorry.
And so I went to the bookstore and just was searching through the shelves and found Eye of the World. And I really liked the look of it. And it came in like 3 books in a little box. And so I was like, I'm just going to go for it, and I'll buy it, and I'll read it. And then 3 days later, I was back at the bookstore to get the next couple of books. And I ended up binge reading what was out within about a 2-week period. And then I went online to find out when the I know, right? Hopper. I went online to find out when the next book was coming out, and then that's when I found his obituary. And I sat in my little office and cried. And and turned around and reread the series again. And it was a couple of years later. It wasn't until 2013 that I found the Wheel of Time group on Facebook. And it might have been 2012, but it was somewhere in there. It was shortly either before or after I moved to Virginia. And soon after that, I found Ebony. And we started a crazy adventure where we ran a Wheel of Time role-playing group together for a couple of years. And Ebony was my keeper of the Chronicles. And through the Wheel of Time group, I found JordanCon, and I tried to get there from 2016 until 2021 is when I finally made it. I bought tickets multiple times. But either I got pregnant and my fetus was trying to kill me, or I was in the middle of a move, or, this global pandemic happened the year I actually thought I was going to get there.
The audacity just of COVID to interrupt Jordan. I was so mad that year, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I finally made it in, I think it was 21, or was it 22? 22, I think.
It was after COVID, because I remember meeting you there.
Yeah, but I want to say it was 21. I feel like we were still masked.
Yeah, and I think it was 21 for sure, because it was the last year that I did the guest services.
Well, there you go. Yep. So I didn't make it the last 2 years, but I will be there in April, and I can't wait.
Matt, we were still doing some COVID restrictions in 22.
Well, he would know because I went with him.
Yeah, they went together. All right, it was 22. All right, I was going to say.
But I was still doing guest services at your first one, because I remember talking with you.
But I'm pretty sure it was 22, because I didn't go last year. I was going to go, and then I just wasn't able to go, and so I'm going.
I think she's right, Tom. I think she's right.
Yeah. Who? I usually break it up by
guest of honor.
Guest of honor, because that's where my brain is always at.
I tend to break it up by whoever the master of ceremonies is.
Yeah, that's fair. And then Ellie, I know you've been coming to JordanCon for a while, because I remember my very first memory of you at JordanCon was hold on, where is it?
Was it 2016, 2015?
It was
2015, 16.
Actually, we might be able to tell based off of the way this man looks in the picture.
Well, no, we got to look at the rug. What hotel are we in?
Oh yeah, I know. It's this hotel. It's this year's hotel, but the first time we were there.
Yeah, very first time they were there.
So that's your Mistborn costume, and you were actually like a full Mistborn. There's a better. Here's the better picture that you sent me, where we could see the beautiful little streamers. I know, right? Especially next to him, he's so large.
I know. Everyone is so tall. I always forget how short I am until I stand next to somebody in photos.
I mean, that's understandable, but like you look like you could be in class with my Avienda. Like you look, it's adorable. Like you look adorable. I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
You can stand next to me. You won't look short next to me. I'm 5'4".
And I remember specifically because when Brandon came to JordanCon in the past, when I was doing the guest services stuff, I would help him do his signing. And when you came into the signing in the costume, and he like flipped out. He loves it. He loves when people cosplay within his stuff. And I can't, damn it. You know what? Hopper might remember this guy's name. I can't remember his name. This was another picture that you sent. It was a great picture. I just wanted to get the shard plate in there because I thought he did a great job with the shard plate.
He did, but this was before my time.
Dude, like the shard blade is my height.
It's bigger than you. Like, cause like, look, the helmet is sitting on the hilt. It's bigger than you.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm gonna try making some armor this year. I'm gonna see how that goes.
You should talk to Redfield.
That's what I was
Catherine
thinking.
Redfield. Yeah, she's a cosplayer that has come to JordanCon multiple times, and she has like a really great Aes Sedai costume that she does. It's like her personal. Amazing. Yeah, it's her character. She's a Grey sister, and she has a TV show version of that costume and a book version of that costume, which I'll find a picture for.
I would actually be a warder. So.
Ooh, okay.
Better one.
She also does
Mandalorian
armor because she's done like Mandalorian armor and Warhammer 40,000. She is
ridiculous.
She's like Ellie, 9 feet tall. It's crazy.
Ellie, you know what, Tom? We need to find her link. I know this. She's not our guest, but we just need to post it in the chat.
Yeah, I will.
Link in the chat. You got it, Kristina.
It's like Couture or something like that on Instagram.
I am just blown away by anybody that does any kind of cosplay because I wouldn't even know where to start. Like Avi's dance costumes come already made, and I'm like, Lord Jesus, like where does all this stuff go? And the stuff in the hair, and I'm like, this is too much. Just so.
Where is it? Shit, sorry. So I'm gonna just tell people we're gonna get ready to go to do the watch party on Twitch. So like 5-minute warning if you want to watch on Twitch. If not,
hold on.
What?
Ellie, how did you find Wheel of Time?
Oh right, I forgot to that.
Well, okay, I went backwards as everyone in JordanCon. I didn't know what the Wheel of Time was.
Ooh.
I didn't.
You knew Sanderson.
I knew Sanderson. I was a huge fan of Sanderson.
Okay.
So I heard from a friend of mine who also loved Sanderson being like, hey, you going to JordanCon this year? And I was like, what's JordanCon? And he's like, well, Sanderson's going to be there. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, your book son. I was like, what? I'm going to make a miscloak now. I have to make a miscloak now. So I did it. I learned how to sew with that miscloak.
That's fantastic. That's really because I got to bring that picture up again because that means like that's the first thing you ever made and it looks pretty great.
Actually, that is the 8th version of it. Therefore, it is the 8th thing I ever sewed.
All right, there you go.
It took a couple of trial and error.
It looks like a piece of clothing. Like you made a piece of clothing that is the thing.
Yeah.
Like that's cool.
It was fun. But
that's
yeah,
really cool.
So from JordanCon, I learned what the Wheel of Time was because, they were like, oh yeah, Sanderson finished everything, finished the books from the Wheel of Time series. And so I learned about it from there. I have not finished the series, but like the books. So like I'm trying to get through as much as I possibly can.
Yeah, it's a lot.
While watching the show.
Yeah.
But also because Sanderson came out with all these like secret books.
He won't stop writing. Like it's like he goes to sleep and then there's a new series. Like, sir,
like
what are you
keep up? I am a slow reader.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it, so I do it anyway.
It is so much.
The crazy thing, and I just posted the cosplayer Redfield, Catherine Redfield, her thing in our chat. But the crazy thing about Brandon is like I heard him say once, when he wants to he calls it getting the wiggles out, like of writing his main series books and like he just writes other books. So when he wants to take a break from writing, he writes other books. And that's where Legion came from and where Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarians came from.
Like accidentally writing a whole book series. What is happening?
He's crazy. He's a crazy person.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
It's the crazy we like though.
So what book are you on in Wheel of Time? Do you know?
Yes.
Do you remember?
So we don't spoil you too much.
Oh, me? Oh, I am very baby. I finished the first one like last year, I think.
Okay.
I don't remember the last half of it. So I'm probably gonna have to go back and reread it.
No, I love that we're gonna get your perspective on the show as well, because it's rare that we get a non-reader's like perspective as someone that's a guest. It's usually someone that's read the series multiple times or something like that.
Yeah, and after watching the show, I want to read the books more and more because like I want to know what the colors mean. I'm guessing and checking. Like, okay, I think this color Aja means this. I think this color Aja means this. Like, little bit of patterns. They don't actually explain it.
No, they don't. You're right. They don't.
So, like, I want to go and read the books to get that information.
I mean, even to get that information in the books, I feel like it's still spread out because you only meet certain sisters. It's a minute before you really get in the tower and like learn the politics and everything. So
but the books are already made. So
right. No, you're absolutely but I mean that's a good question. I wonder if any point in the series are they actually going to come right out and say what each Aja stands for, or are we gonna have to our watchers gonna have to infer?
Well, they kind of do in when the girls are in the tower.
Yes,
Jordan does a great he does a great thing with his exposition where it doesn't make it feel like you're in a class. Like he does it great with like as the characters learn things.
Right.
You learn them.
That is one of the things I did like is I've always said I like the fact that his characters didn't know everything in the book. Like when they learn something new, like we're all learning together. Like
yeah, you're right, Max. The grays the grays and the whites get done dirty in both the series and the TV show because they don't get a lot of screen time and they get a lot of like they get written off a lot. It's not even a hate; they just get disregarded.
Just like
Catherine would agree with that too because she is a gray.
Yes.
Every now and then the grays get like a small little bit of, like when Rand has, the gray sister that starts with an M, go talk to the Tyrants. Well, shit. Way down the series.
Yeah, so there are times where yes, they do get some acknowledgement, but it's nothing like a blue.
It's few and far between compared to the reds, the green,
and the blue.
The grays, and I'm going to reverse this, but the grays are like the diplomats, and then the whites are like the lawyers.
Yeah.
Kind of,
okay.
but
like spies or something.
So actually, Ellie, knowing what the Ajas like, what their main goal is not going to really spoil anything. If anything, it's going to confuse you even more. So I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So blues always pick up a cause. So I always
wait. Hold on. But no, never mind. She knows about the black. She's watching the show.
Yeah. So blues always have a cause. Reds, their job is just to get rid of their. I feel like they were supposed to manage men who could channel, but some of them are too enthusiastic about it. The greens are the battle Aja. They're supposed to stay ready for the last battle, but that's also how they get away with, we should have more than one warder because we got to fight. So there's that logic. Yellows are the healers.
Okay, I knew it. Ha!
Yes. Yellows are healers. Who am I leaving out? The grays. And you're right, because the grays browns, are the mediator. No, the browns are the librarians. They hold all the knowledge.
Yeah. Knew it.
The grays are the mediators. So they're like they're usually often like kings and queens will have Aes Sedai advisors, and they're often gray.
Yeah. And then the whites are the logic ones. They're like the philosophers. Like they sit around trying to figure out the whys and what makes sense. So that was 7, right, guys? Was it 7? I didn't leave anybody out. Okay. So yeah, but honestly, knowing that as you get further into the series, it confuses things because you're like, you're not acting the way you're supposed to act. Like,
so Robin, Light Blinded Fool does ask a good question then. So what spoiler? So usually the way we do this is the first bit of the show we do, since the TV show, the Wheel of Time TV show, we're basically into book 2 already. And then they announced that, and that we know they're making a season 3, but they actually kind of announced that season 3 was going to be into book 4. So we usually keep the first bit of the show dedicated to spoilers 1 through 3. But this season, since we've been having guests that are in fact first-time readers, I just didn't remember that until we started talking about it. I usually adjust the spoiler level to the first-time reader. So it's up to, you've been spoiled for book 2 already because of stuff that happens in the show. But it's up to you, I guess. What do you mind book spoilery up to for? So obviously book 1 is fine, but
I don't even know, man. Like
I would say let's not go past book 2.
2, yeah. 2 is okay.
Let's not go back past book 2.
Because once you've seen this entire season, you'll know book 2.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
because this season of the show is book 2. It's they do cut out some stuff, and book 2, I would still recommend reading it, like not.
Oh yeah,
like,
no, for sure. No, yeah,
you have to read it. You have to read it because there are changes. Yeah, and I want to know I want to know your opinion of the changes.
Yeah, we got to have you back when we do season 3.
You're not biased like all of us that for years have been making the show in our head. Like
that's kind of the whole funness of having a show with a book. The differences. I need to know what the differences are.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But with us, like Robert Jordan come back today and say this show is exactly right, and I'd be like, sir, that's not what you meant. So we all have, like, the people who have read it for years and years and years, like, have envisioned certain things. I know a lot of us,
like Ebony and I, who role played it and role played our interpretations of how things should have been. We have
so there's stuff locked in our So when we watch the show, that's completely different, and we can't do it backwards. We can't watch the show and then read the books. So I am interested in how you I want to know which one you think is. I don't want to say better because they are separate things and they're both good. You know what I mean?
I'm always just interested in the perspective of an author on an adaptation of a book, because it's you have a unique. Not just horse in that race, but you can. I'm sure you can imagine, your book being adapted and similar changes and things like that too. So.
I got notes. Yeah.
So yes, we will have to do a special show where we get all the people who watched the show and then read the books to come on and discuss.
I would love that. I really love talking to first-time readers, and
I do too. It is my favorite.
There's been I really enjoy the show. And there are things I don't like about it, and there are changes that I think were unnecessary. But I really enjoy the show as a TV show. That being said, my favorite thing about the show, like up to date, is the fact that it's bringing so many new people just into the fandom. And I can't tell you how many people I've seen on our Discord and in other communities, and other communities spring up. Like all of the entire content creation like thing surrounding the Wheel of Time is a new thing. Like Dragonmount was a website that's been around for 25 years, but like Critter and the Black Tower podcast, and
so many of them.
The Leaf Cast, my felt brothers from other mothers, for when I'm in my puppet form. There's so many fun people, and getting to meet them all has been great. And then all of the fans, like I would never have met half of the people that I've met and have spoken to, and I've had such fun conversations during these episodes with people. It's such a great time.
So we're gonna get to the episode, but I do want to say I have a 22-year-old son who was he was less than a year when I started reading these books. I have been trying to get Roman to read these books my entire life, his entire life. He sat down and watched season 1, and then he's like, I think I'm going to read the books. His girlfriend came home with him this past New Year's, and we watched, because Roman hadn't seen season 2. So we watched like the first 3 episodes. They go back home, and she just binge watched the rest of the season without him. Like he was in class, and she's like, I got to find out what happened. So now she's reading the books. So I also told myself, well, now you have to marry her. Like this is more serious than if you had gotten her pregnant. She's reading Wheel of Time. She is my daughter-in-law now. So
so I just put up the timer on the screen. So we're gonna get ready to go press play over on Twitch and watch this episode. And we're watching Dae'Mar season 2, episode 7, Wheel of Time. If you are watching over on Twitch, you can mute the us talking and just watch the show. You can have it open in both places and give us the views. Make sure to like and subscribe and all that jazz. I'm terrible about making sure people do that, but just do all the things, click all the buttons and all that stuff. If you don't want to watch over on Twitch and you're going to follow along on your own, I'll have this little handy dandy timer going, and I'll match them up after like a minute or so into the episode, because it takes time for when the episode is playing, since we're watching it through a watch party feature, I actually can't pause and press play or rewind or fast forward, so I could just stop it and start it. So I'll line them up to very close, and then you could follow along that way. We're not going to skip the recap. We're going to watch the recap. And in season 2, there's no
big long beginning.
Wow. Opening theme. There's no opening theme.
Yes.
That's the word that my brain lost.
I mean, I lose words all the time, Tom. I'm surprised they haven't locked me up for senility yet.
That's fair. I need to go take that test again. It's about time. Why are you making me sign into Amazon again, Twitch? Twitch cannot make up its mind, by the way, with any of this nonsense.
Well, it's called Twitch. It's twitchy.
There was a time when we were we were in the middle of watching season 1, and then all of a sudden season 1 disappeared from there.
It did. Yeah. No, we couldn't find it.
Yeah. And then randomly now in season 2, so like I have it open right now, and they have, again, randomly they started doing this. At the top of the list, instead of the episodes, they have the previews of the episodes. So like when I go to click episode 7, it only plays a 48-second clip, but I didn't notice that until they randomly changed it one day when it didn't play. And also they only have the previews for episodes 3 through 7. I don't understand what's going on with them. Anyway,
it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Hit it.
So I'm getting ready. I'm pressing play. So if you're on Twitch and you don't see the prompt to watch, just refresh the page and you'll join the watch party at the same time that we're at. It's doing the countdown. So, but Ellie, Kristina, you've watched all of season 1. So what were your feelings on Barney and Matt and Donald? So the actor that plays Matt, obviously they had to change them.
Say again?
Just like, did you have a preference on which one? Not like, you don't have to get too high level into it if you don't want, but like, did you like one over the other, or?
They changed actors?
Yeah. So for those who don't know, Ellie has a hard time noticing faces sometimes. So if she meets you at a convention and then doesn't recognize you like a few hours later, it's not you, it's her fun brain. We all have our neurodivergent
I know,
brain.
right?
But yes, they changed actors.
Yes, they did. There's a new Matt in season 2. Yes.
Okay.
In my opinion,
I didn't. Okay, so I have something called Erling syndrome, which I guess probably has some thing to phase blindness. So I got these lenses. They're colored, specific, like a blend of colors specifically for my brain wiring, I guess. Now I can see faces with them.
It's so great that they do stuff like that.
I didn't have them for season 1.
Okay.
So I have them for season 2 now.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna pull up a picture of both actors, and you get to see them for almost the very first time with your glasses.
Tom, did you mean to start the timer?
Yes. The episode is on. So the timer should be aligned. Let me double check it. Yes. Okay. So right now we're at 20. So the theme apparently for Wheel of Time is that they're doing flashbacks in the last 2 episodes of the season. The first season they did the same thing, and now they're doing it here. So we're getting this look at Swan and Maureen from when they were accepted in the White Tower, which is nice. I wonder if they just did makeup on them or if they did that de-aging thing. Doesn't look. Sophie always looks fantastic, but she looks the same. Rosamund looks significantly different though. I don't know. I can't tell. But so as I get the pictures for Matt, for Ellie, Kristina, what were your feelings on Barney and Donald for Matt?
So I like the newer actor better. I will say that I feel like they did Matt's character dirty.
Okay.
But I feel like the newer actor is channeling Matt as he should be a little bit better. But the whole Matt storyline has been a downer for me, but I like the newer actor better.
That's fair. A lot of people don't like, so Ellie, you've read the first book, but Matt's family in the first book aren't terrible. His mom isn't an alcoholic. His dad isn't a womanizer. So a lot of people aren't liking that. I have feelings both ways. Like I get why they did it, and I enjoy that they've taken like the Two Rivers in the books is basically the Shire from Lord of the Rings. And it's like a perfect society. It's everyone's happy, nothing bad happens almost. And the kind of character that Matt is, I've always felt like usually stems from the Blood Snow is one of my favorites. Flashback scenes that they did. Which is the little bit that we're getting here from when Rand was born. Ooh, baby Rand. They giving him a traumatic past and then having him kind of use his comedic nature and his sarcasm as an escapism. I kind of liked. I got it. I understood it at least.
Right.
Yeah, for me, I feel like that through book 1. All the characters got enough emotional traumatic baggage that to give them pre-existing traumatic baggage is just flogging a dead horse.
That's fair. All right, so I found
they get enough bad crap happen to them.
They do have a lot of horrible things.
Yeah.
Funny enough, when I Googled Barney Harris's name, the 6th picture that came up was one of our pictures from when we.
Oh, there you go. So it's 2 different people. Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Season 1 is on the right, and season 2 is on the left. Yeah.
Now they roughed him up. They gave him facial hair to be Matt. Now I will say I find Barney more attractive, but that's just my personal preference.
Wait a minute. You saying you don't like facial hair?
But like eyebrows.
I made Brian grow a beard as soon as he retired.
Okay.
The retirement package, we call it.
Yes, and it is perfection. I love it.
I made Michael grow one too, and it's glorious.
How will they use the Blood Snow for the season 3 cold open? Oh man, maybe we'll see Rand's dad for the first time on screen.
Oh, that
maybe
his biological father.
Yes.
You know, we never see his biological father or his mother in the show or in the books, but
Really?
No, we just hear stories about him.
yeah.
Huh.
Yes, well, in the books they talk about both of them in a certain scene because he meets people that knew them.
Yeah, there's no flashback to yeah, no, that's just never mind. Yeah, there's no flashback to that. And that is way later book spoilers anyway.
Yeah.
But Sophie so I just getting back to this episode. Sophie in this scene, I love her the way she's doing Suan is fantastic. The only thing I feel like that's missing is nothing on her. It's that damn stole. Like, why?
Why isn't she wearing it?
Yeah. So Ellie, we're talking about the Amyrlin seat usually wears a 7-striped stole with all 7 Aja colors on it. And this is, by the way, I said this last week. There you go. I said this last week. This is something I feel like politicians should do in our thing.
Mm-hmm.
When the Amyrlin gets elected Amyrlin, she's no longer of any Aja. She's of all Aja.
She has to be. She represents all of them.
Exactly.
Right.
I feel like all politicians should do that when they get elected to any
Aja.
I was curious.
No, go ahead, Ellie.
Yay! There it is.
You're a guest.
Why the change? The switch from the shawls to the rings and stuff.
So, Ellie, I don't know if you've ever actually worn a shawl, but I wear one at JordanCon. That thing is always in my elbows. It doesn't stay up. And I honestly think the costuming was part of it. Also, they only would wear the shawls on official occasions, really, or when they were basically showing off. Like it's like
okay,
but I'm fine with that because you know in the book you didn't always know what Aja someone was.
Right.
Ooh.
So I don't like those rings because an Aes Sedai is elegant and there's a grace to her, and that ring looks like brass knuckles, and I don't like it.
This was
like Blinded Fool had a question though. Also,
what was
further up in the chat. He just wanted to know what Ellie thought about the cold open.
Oh, okay.
Like if she got the message of the foretelling and all that kind of stuff.
With the Aes Sedai with the white eyes that gave the foretelling as Rand was being born.
The message of the foretelling prophecy come across. Okay, people that didn't read the books. I think so. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't give away too much, but it like kind of gives that promise that we as watchers or readers need to continue going, being like, okay, so if I wait long enough, the payoff is going to be worth it. So I'm going to get an answer to the questions that I have. So yes, I do think that was an appropriate, like kind of even amount of just enough information to keep us going and what to keep going more.
Okay.
Yeah.
The scene that we just had of Lan and Rand talking is an iconic scene in the books. It's very different in the book. It's in book 2.
But I'm glad we got a nod to it though, right?
Yeah,
I'm glad that we saw it.
The showrunners and writers, that was their version of giving us like at least an acknowledgement of that scene being pretty great. And one of the best parts from that scene they still did was Lan teaching Rand how to walk into this. Yeah.
Pimp walk. He was teaching him the pimp walk.
He was giving him the lean and a little bit of swag.
Yeah.
Where is this being filmed? Like, look at these gorgeous furniture.
Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like I need one in my bedroom.
So
the fireplace.
So it's actually funny. We talked about this when we first watched it too, because that is the Amyrlin seat. Like that, like if you go back and go and watch when they see her at the tower, it's the same freaking chair. So, I'm thinking it might have been actually part of her wagon that she arrived in.
So I mean, it could come apart, or maybe every kingdom has to have one.
Yeah,
every place she might go has to have an Amyrlin seat.
And a lot of people think that the person that snuck up on Matt here was a supernatural creature, not just a regular person, because of how little anyone noticed him.
Right. And I want to agree.
I agree too. I hope we get to.
I hope we bring that. Yes, all the little supernatural things that you just get a little taste of. Mm-hmm. Like there's some big baddies that that are going to be there. Yeah, but the little things, I want to see all of that because I think it helps.
And again, this isn't really a spoiler for anything, Ellie, because they said this in the first book. The Shadow invented Trollocs, like they created them through literal biological engineering.
Mm-hmm. But what they don't really talk about in the book until later, but also is not a spoiler, is they breed. There are girl Trollocs.
Yeah, and that they can be bred from human stock as well, which is horrible.
Yes.
So where are those cosplayers?
Yeah.
There's a baby Trolloc. Where's the baby Trolloc?
Oh, I got you. There's Nardella. And I forgot the baby's name.
Baby. Oh my God! I love that baby.
I forgot. I love that baby. I hate it. It haunts my sleeping dreams.
Tom hates it, and I love it. Like I love that baby.
It haunts my dreams. That baby. Anyway, I really love the idea of there being like biological engineering in this, where they created the Trollocs. So and they also the evil character who created the Trollocs also created other stuff. So I hope they fully explore that in the
because that is one of the more interesting parts of the story that we didn't get a lot of background on. And I fully believe had Jordan lived, we would have gotten a whole lot of it, because even with the story over, because I know he didn't want the story to be wrapped up nice and tight, but I don't think he could get away from writing about this world. No. So I think he would have there would have been more companions. There would have been like another version of the big white book. Oh, what? Ellie,
well, you're so excited. She's got the thing again. She's got the thing now.
Yeah.
So on a high level, Ellie, they film in Prague and in Africa. So they're in Africa here.
So what is this for?
That is not. I will say that is not something in the books.
It is.
It is, but not regularly. It's not.
Yeah, they didn't wear it all the time
regularly. Yeah, but this, I think, symbolically, they wanted to show us just like how devalued they are as humans. Like they don't even get to speak.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, a little Dresden Files side note, but yes, I did, and yes, that baby does give me nightmares.
I understand why the colors from the books would have been a little difficult, but I do miss that part of them, because later down the road, I don't know how they're going to use that.
That's fair.
Somebody also pointed out, why aren't they silver? Which I hadn't really thought about.
Yeah, same.
But I was like, you know what? That's right. That is right there, the wrong color.
Oh, and Max is talking about the binkies that they're wearing in their mouth.
Okay. You know what? That makes sense.
Binkies?
Yeah, I mean that's what it looks like.
It does look like a binky.
They call them pacifiers in the show. I mean, in the book and in the show.
But a pacifier is just a binky.
I thought it was like one of those like bits, like where you bite down so you don't break your teeth or something because of pain.
It's mostly.
I thought it was one of those.
So the character. Oh shit! I missed the part where he had his hand. Oh, there it is. Watch it. Do you see his hand? Anyone catch it?
Yes. Yeah. No, I caught it. I know, but I already know.
Going like this. He's doing this. We'll talk about that.
So Ellie doesn't know this.
Yeah, I know. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
And we posted it on, like, the first time this episode came out, we posted it on Instagram to Taylor Napier, who's the actor who plays that character, and he liked it. So that's all I have to say.
What is she doing in here?
The idea of those things is basically to dehumanize the women who are wearing it, and also kind of it further breaks them, because they have to. I feel like I don't like it, but it really adds depth to it, because they have to willingly keep that in their mouth.
Yeah,
they can spit it out at any time.
Yeah, it's not
just in their mouth.
Anything. Huh. But they are so broken down that they're like, I am not going to spit this out.
It's really just like a show of power that the Sean.
Unlike a 1-year-old, because a 1-year-old will spit a binky out in a minute and then scream like you took it.
Yeah, and I feel like they've done that, and I'm saying that just so that I can get to play this clip again. But I feel like they did that just so that the viewer really has this feeling again.
The Shan-Chan are incredibly dangerous, and we needed people to be fucking terrified of the Shan-Chan.
I swear to obey, to await, and to serve.
Fucking terrifying. Fucking
that was a really great scene, dude.
Yeah.
And that was Rafe Judkins, the showrunner.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. He's been a fan of the series since he was a kid. Him and his mother read it as he grew up. And honestly, I don't think they could have a better team of, like, the writers and stuff that are on the show are fantastic writers in and of themselves. But the team of Rafe and then Sarah Nakamura, who is like the fan/book expert liaison.
Yes.
Consultant
she's the checker.
person.
Yeah, she's the checker.
Yeah. She also actually helped with some writing and things like that on a lot of the stuff. So that's pretty fantastic. Like she's literally like the dream come true for a Wheel of Time fan.
For a fan. Yeah. So this scene right here with Lan and Moiraine, I like it because it is, of course, we didn't see it in the books because it didn't happen. But I'm sorry, Ellie, but I like seeing Lan kind of work some things out in his head, right? Like, he's like, I've looked at the records. What do you feel? You know what I mean? Like, he's like, I think, because he's being a warder is what he's doing. Mm-hmm. Like, that is still his Aes Sedai. So the cool thing about the Shan-Chan, and Rapunzel pointed it out, which is something they don't really focus on in the books a lot. In the show, a lot of the costuming for the Shan-Chan characters really accentuates, because in the Shan-Chan culture, speaking directly to people and just speaking in any general way has a great honor tied to it. Like, no one is allowed to speak to the Empress. Nobody. Right. And if she speaks to you, it is like the honor above all honors. Like, no, like, she doesn't speak to anybody. Which somebody needs to tell my husband that when I speak to him, it is an honor, because he doesn't act like it. I'll tell him right now.
Staying out of that.
I'll tell him right now.
He forgets who he is and who I am. And I'm tired of reminding him all the time. You would think he would know, living with a mini me. So, but no.
Is he the prince of the ravens at home?
It's pain in the ass at home. But go ahead,
Tom. Ellie, I definitely want to know your feelings on this too. But Kristina, what do you think about this scene in particular? It's a very different scene from the book. And Ellie, I know you're not going to know that, but this display of, like, from your perspective, like this display of power over Rand here. And I think, again, I don't think this is too much. Yeah, this isn't too much of a spoiler. Like, obviously, Rand, male channelers have a distrust for female channelers because of the whole gentling thing, and, you know, hunting them down and killing them, at least the Aes Sedai. I personally think they're using it to really get that started with Rand and push it into him. But what are your feelings on it?
You know, I feel like he gains enough distrust on the way. And I understand that they're trying to pack, 14 books into
however many they get. Yeah. However
many they get. But
and then just 8 episodes. Yeah.
But one of the things that stood out for Rand in the early books was that it kind of got into his head that the 3 Aes Sedai who knew about him weren't interested in gentling him, weren't interested in dominating him with the one power. Did they try and manipulate him with their words, as Aes Sedai do, and steer him? Yes. But a big part of his early arc was this distrust that he got from the fact that they weren't using the one power against him. It was it was like a mental thing for him.
Right. And they were messing with him.
Yeah. And so I understand that they needed to put the fear of the light into him from Aes Sedai going after him, but I thought it was a wrong play to use Siuan to do that.
It's fair.
There are other ways that we could have shown with Logain and Mazrim Taim that,
right,
specifically that the Red Eyes.
But I think with the storyline that they're giving us with more, I was getting ready to say Morghese. That's not who it is. Moraine and Siuan. I think they almost had to do it that way because of, you know what I mean? Because they've got to put a wedge in between them, right?
Yeah.
If they're gonna go with a couple of the storylines in the book, then there has at some point that what they have going on now.
Yeah.
I think they have to put Siuan and Moraine at odds at one point, at some point, and this is just how they chose to do it.
I'm still of the opinion they may be faking that whole thing with the two of them. But we'll see.
And you know what, Tom? They may be, but last time when I followed you about that lace,
I was wrong. I was very, very, very wrong about that. So she's talking about, I thought Moraine's sister was the Dark Friend and not her son. I was very wrong.
But her son was.
I 100% thought it was her sister.
It was just a thought. It wasn't based on anything.
It wasn't based on anything from the book, because this whole thing with her sister is completely invented for the show.
That is, yeah. I honestly think they put that in there just to drive home how long Aes Sedai live.
Yeah. Well, they also needed to give. Sister. So in book 2, Moraine doesn't get a lot of screen time, and Rosamund Pike is a huge actress, so they needed to give her some screen time.
They needed to add her, but I'm still bothered by the.
The son is a Dark Friend?
Oh, she hadn't seen it because she hadn't seen the end of the season.
Oh, right. Yeah. You didn't see the end of this episode. Yeah. I forgot that you didn't see the end of this episode.
Yeah, I saw after the first half.
Okay, pretend we didn't say that.
It's the end of this episode. Sorry, yeah.
Just focus on the fact that.
Yeah, I forgot.
Focus on the fact that
it's this episode, though.
Right.
Not my fault.
That grown man meow.
No, because he's got.
Hey, listen, that's not all that happens in this episode.
No, but he's got finger waves, and we haven't worn that style since 1990.
Yeah,
so
in fact,
something had to be up.
Here we go. Matt getting to do his ayahuasca was one of the other big ones.
Ellie, did you see up to this point in this show?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I don't want you to miss it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's so good.
Let me turn it up then.
Noman Garden's mad at me. Noman Garden's on your side. He's a good one to have on your side, Ellie.
I mean, we forgot though. We forgot. That's all.
There you go. What happened?
Okay. I tried to figure out what he was giving him, and I honestly think it's ayahuasca because I actually. Yeah, I looked it up. Like I was looking up like mind altering drugs, and like I've never personally done ayahuasca, and I know you can like schedule a time to go do it with a professional in like Nevada or Mexico or something.
Oh, I want a kettle like that.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
You know what? It is. Yeah,
it looks like that.
Body has, yes,
that is.
Ayahuasca looks a lot like that. By the way.
Yeah,
I want a kettle like that.
Yes, it is.
Man, it's so fancy.
Wait, you don't want a kettle like this?
No, get that off of here. I'm so sick. I hate it. I hate that horn. I am so mad. This is
girl, like, me too.
We won't say nothing. We won't say nothing right now. Won't say nothing right
now. Next time I see Sarah, I'm like, ma'am, I don't know where you were on this day. Were you out sick when they pulled this out of costume?
For real.
Because you knew better.
I fully support that statement.
Yeah, no, there's no way. Just not even like an instrument, like something from Crate and Barrel. I don't.
Also, so Ellie and Kristina, so and Kristina, Ellie, you'll know this from book 1. Also, the character that Ishamael is through book 1, and in book 2 is very different from the way they're portraying that character that he was in the book. Though, I feel like a chaotic. They needed a grounding character that wouldn't. I honestly, I enjoy what they're doing with the evil characters, making them relatable, making them more human. giving them this layer other than seeking power and immortality for the reason they're turning to the shadow. And I think they did great with this version of the show.
No.
Yeah,
There's my
I remember like what I imagined Ishamael in the book, the first one. It kind of reminded me of in my head at least, the magicians, the Mothman monster guy.
Yeah.
That's kind of similar to how I imagined it, except with like ash and soot. So I was not sure who that was when the show came, and I was like, oh, it's this dude.
Yeah. He briefly wears his Balsamon face a couple of times in
the first season. Yeah.
And we so by the way we dubbed these the Aiel here the ABC maidens. They are my favorite. We have lots of toe for them. All the toe for them.
What?
That's an Aes Sedai thing. I mean, that's an Aiel thing. You'll find out.
She doesn't know yet. She doesn't know.
They say it.
Yes, but you've really
confused
her now. You've confused her very much.
Yeah, they follow
confused or enticed.
Enticed, exactly. They follow a code of honor, much like Bushido, but they call it Je-e-to. So they say and toe TOH. So they'll say they have obligation to somebody. They say I have toe. They'll say that.
Okay, I heard that in the last episode. Okay.
Yeah, and she's talking about it right now. She needs to meet her toe that she has to this woman who is dead technically, or she at least feels that she died for something she did.
I think Avienda. Oh, go ahead.
So that was the one that cried "we" all the way home.
Yes,
that is the one. Yes,
accurate.
But I think it was just that either Avienda was keeping watch, or Avienda just didn't have her back in a fight.
Yeah,
and I think that's the toe.
Yeah. So the and the idea from the Aiel, this is another interesting aspect of it, especially because of how violent they are in nature, like how violent they're viewed. Like they're viewed as being like, I know she's the best puppy. The wolf is playing a male wolf, but it is a female puppy.
It's called acting.
Okay.
It is called acting.
Right? Get it,
So to meet your obligation to somebody through being beat is actually the least honorable way for the Aiel to meet their toe, but it's the fastest. Like so and she doesn't have time right now. So
but
it's just an interesting aspect to their culture where the rest of the world views them as so violent. Yet in their culture, violence is like the least honorable thing to do, technically.
Right. Like
the greatest thing you could do to your enemy is touch them 3 times without injuring them.
In a battle. And then
in a battle, during a fight.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of really cool aspects to the Aiel.
It is. It's very, I will say Jordan made very complex cultures and societies by pulling from a whole bunch of different things and mixing it all up, and it confused some people so bad. Like it did. And there was just some stuff.
That's the fun of it.
Thank you, Jeff. It's specifically when the enemy is holding a weapon.
Yep. All right, and then this whole scene with Matt just
it's great. I thought they did a great job. And I love this scene so much.
Yes. Yeah. But that
particularly right at the very end of the scene when he's holding himself.
Yes.
His mom.
Oh, hi.
But
this lady.
But pay close attention to the mirrors when he's looking in the mirrors.
Okay.
So he sees himself hanging.
Right. Ah!
Yeah, a little blue in the face. Then he sees some other person drowning a dude, and then he turns into him drowning a dude.
Okay.
And he saw another person slicing somebody's throat, then it turned into him.
I think that's supposed to be Fane. That was drowning a dude. I feel like that was Fane, but that's just me.
He at the very least he sees other people that then turn into him.
Yeah.
Which is significant.
Here
we go. This is my favorite part.
Okay. He's turning into his mother!
My worst nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
No!
That was so great. That was so great. It's not funny, but it was so great. Like his face is the laughing face and the screaming face, like the juxtaposition was great. So great.
Now, I will say that
gosh.
I feel like that whole scene was also a little nod for book readers for a scene that you haven't gotten to yet, Ellie.
Yes.
But that was, and
I'm just waiting for the prologue of book 1, man. Like that is like the one scene in book 1 that like I still vividly remember in my head. Like
you'll be waiting a while. Don't worry.
I want to see. I want to see.
Actually, the next episode has again the prologue. The cold open of the next episode is kind of a nod to that scene and not at the same time, but it's another interesting additional scene that isn't in the books.
Right.
Oh,
and then this scene right here.
Yeah. So she thinks she's stilled, and so does everyone else.
Yeah. Well, because she is, as far as we know right now.
Yeah.
Tom.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Well, I didn't say that. You did.
No, but you said she thinks she's stilled, which implies you should have said she is stilled.
Yes, but the what's the word I'm looking for? How Suan doesn't immediately write her off. She's more angry that Moiraine didn't tell her.
Yeah.
And in the last episode, we see Moiraine trying to write the letter. And trying to write the letter. Where
most Aes Sedai would just immediately write her off. Like, you're no longer even worthy to be in this conversation. I don't care.
Yeah. In fact, go away because you're depressing us.
Yeah. It's something that I always was. Communication is a big theme. Either the lack of it, or the way people choose to communicate with each other and how bad it is in the books is a huge theme.
Yes, it is. It is.
Also, like the whole give and take situation going on. With the mouth, the voices, and all that.
Mm-hmm. All of the cultures have a lot of interesting twists on similar mythology or traditions. And Jordan was a master at creating these very in-depth cultures.
So I don't know how he knew so much. like how much studying he must have done to know,
or the lack thereof.
Yeah, but how much studying he had to do to be able to mix cultures. You know what I mean? To know
Maria Simmons, who Ellie, you've probably met a couple times at JordanCon. Maria Simmons was you've met her at JordanCon. She was Robert Jordan's continuity expert / a lot of things.
Yeah.
She said that as a game, when he was a child, he would invent cultures like that. Like, that's something that he did just for fun.
That is fun.
Mm-hmm. But look at those finger waves. I just.
Wait, the little baby.
So, particularly another culture that he wove together is in here in Cairhien, and you don't see it's. I mean, a little bit here. She's wearing a kimono. It's 17th or 16th century France and feudal Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Avenir is wearing a kimono, but it also has like a very French style, like what's the bottom of the dress called? I don't know.
The hem? That's the bottom of a dress, but I like to stitch it.
It's the big skirt? Poofy. Yeah, the skirt. Her skirt is poofy, like it's big and poofy, like a French dress.
Bruh.
Me and Ellie just a minute ago when I spoiled it for her, but it was surprising for me.
Well, I will say I was hoping.
So the mother is not in on it. Okay.
No.
Okay.
But I thought that maybe they were going to change that particular character, right?
And there you go. That was her finding out that her son is a dark friend. And that Aes Sedai is a dark friend.
Yes.
He loves touching people's cheeks. This motherfucker loves touching. He's always touching people's cheeks. Matt did not ask for his cheek to get touched.
So I will say, Ishii does seem to be touchy-feely. Like, I don't know what that's about. And I don't know if it's like a power play thing. You know what I mean? Like,
wait a minute. Were those past mats in the mirrors? Were those past mats with a different?
That's a great question. That's a great question.
We don't know. We honestly
that's what Ishamael is telling him. That's at least what Ishamael is telling him.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you can't trust the Forsaken.
Yeah. One of Robert Jordan's best lines was someone was arguing with him about something, and the guy tells him, "But that's what Ishamael said." And Robert Jordan said, "And you trusted him?"
Fair
enough. Which change? The Barthanes change or the Avenir change? I'm not sure which one you mean.
No, I thought they were going to change. So Barthanes in the books, he kept the same kind of personality. I thought maybe we would change that. Like that was something that they changed.
That's fair. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. The Barthanes change. I like that they made him younger and the whole.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
So one of the main themes of the Wheel of Time is the matriarchal society. Mm-hmm. And I felt like they almost immediately departed with that, with a lot of the other countries being run by kings. I was like, I feel like none of the countries should be run by kings.
Right. Now, granted, in the books, there are some kings.
Yeah, there are kings.
I know. She's so freaking hot.
I was going to say, we need to give Tom a moment to let him enjoy the scene.
I really love Goth Cher Lanfear. That's what I call this costume. She's so beautiful. My only sadness about the scene is we don't also have shirtless Yosha at the same time. My only sadness about the scene. Land fearsome. Yeah, it's interesting. So one other interesting thing to point out here is Lanfear's. So they're in the world of dreams right now, and in the world of dreams, you can make yourself look however you want. So, and her choice often in the world of dreams is to have short hair, as opposed to here when she's in the waking world. Yeah, she has long hair, and
show off her shoulders.
Yeah, she is badass as shit. By the way, like this is such a great example of Lanfear's power.
Now, did I say that Leslie?
What?
Go ahead, Ellie. Go ahead.
She eviscerated a dude's head.
Yeah,
like in the last couple episodes, man.
You're absolutely correct, but that like she ripped one dude's head off. She's causing like pretty large explosions with the flick of her finger. Where like we watched Aes Sedai do these big, huge like efforts to weave the one power, and she's just like boop, boop.
Yep, especially Moraine. She is so dramatic with her weaving.
It's I mean, people are wrong. People are just wrong. Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever.
Incorrect.
So this scene with Maxim specifically, I felt he was a little dark here. Like he's out of character from the way he's been acting, but obviously he's probably going to be more open when they're in private. But like, he just seemed depressed and a little off, in my opinion.
Yeah. But he did say he misses her cousins, so.
Yeah. I also think he might be a dark friend, but I don't know that.
But that's also Tom's theory.
Yeah, that's entirely based on the show as well. Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot. Maxim almost has no speaking roles in the book, and Alana, you don't get this much Alana in the book in early books either.
No. I'm ready to see more of Logain though in the show because I love the actor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like Alvaro Mortes.
I just want to hear his accent. Honestly, he can say whatever. He can just
say whatever.
Just hear him talk. He can say whatever he wants.
Talk to him. Yeah, he's great. He's a great Logain. I'm really interested in seeing more of him.
Yeah.
Future Logain. he can read from the phone book and you'd be okay. Most people, I think maybe one or two of our viewers might not know what a phone book is, Jeff.
I was going to say, first of all, that's not something that exists. But if y'all could have heard Brian excitedly telling me about the new vacuum cleaner he bought, you would, I'll listen to the phone book.
Yeah. I get excited over vacuum cleaners too. I bought a new one for the first time when we moved into this house. So.
It is a very nice vacuum cleaner. But I was trying to watch a murder show and he was interrupting. I can't solve these cases if he's in my ear talking about a vacuum cleaner.
Speaking of a murder show, Logain, I think they did a great job in the last, it was either the last episode or the episode before when Maureen was like, maybe you should go commit suicide. Mm-hmm. But she was also like, she was talking about herself too, because she also lost the ability to channel. And like she said, most people, when they lose the ability to channel, this is the, the path they take. So like she was talking about herself as well. And Logain needs to find a reason to go on in order to not be there. And that face right there at the end, he seemed a little resolved. He seemed like he had something in mind. Yeah. Look at her.
She's so... And did I see that Leslie is trying to make this outfit for cosplay, or is she making? I know Leslie's making something, and I thought just the glimpse
Marine outfit. She's making.
Okay. She's making. I know I saw her making something.
Is it Marianne? I thought it was this too.
I feel like Leslie should make that though, because Leslie is also amazing at cosplay. And
it's true. By the way, this is Leslie.
The coat.
Yeah, that is Leslie.
Yeah.
Oh, she'd be perfect for that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She did this picture of Maureen, the one that's above my head, above Darth Vader's helmet. The
yes,
Maureen
that's one of my
wearing split down the middle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Leslie did the costume of it. Like she, and just it's crazy to me. See, they're explaining toe.
Yeah, now they're explaining why she did it. It was my toe.
All right, we got 22 minutes. Okay, I can hold it.
She met her toe. Mm-hmm. Bane will be disappointed. Jihad will not care.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this queen suddenly so dark for me?
It's them. It's them.
Yeah, so they've and I'm glad I got this confirmation, by the way.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean?
Most TV shows now film with special 4K cameras, and if you're not watching on a 4K display, it comes out as dark.
Oh, yeah, okay. My laptop definitely does not have that.
Yeah. Most people don't. I mean, they're becoming way cheaper now. Like you could buy like a 4K TV for like $200 now. Where I remember when they first came out, they were like $3,000.
So here's the thing. I need technology to stop because I have Avi to pay for. I can't buy new technology every few years.
Yeah, she did. Ayula's doing a great job with Avienda's emotional reaction to things. I love the way she reacted in when.
Whoa! What?
Oh yeah.
No.
When she was joking around with Perrin in the last episode too. Anyway.
Oh my god.
Yep.
I am loving this, Ellie. We're bringing you back to watch the next episode.
It's true. I just want to see her reactions for the next one specifically.
Just watch. Keep watching.
Oh, we're nowhere near done. We're nowhere near done.
Just keep watching.
I told you there's a lot more stuff that happens in this episode.
Yes.
I was not lying.
Like Blinded Fool, she only saw half of it. She saw the first half of it. So now we're getting to the part of the episode she didn't see, which is why
Ellie, believe it or not, is a mom and a author. So she has lots of stuff to do during the day. So she didn't have time to finish it.
Yes, lots of stuff.
Where's the pictures? I have pictures. Oh, there they are. So obviously we know the relationship between these two. It's weird seeing them be so happy with each other behind the scenes.
Oh, that warms my heart. Okay.
It does. It really does. I needed that because this is so depressing.
Yes.
Scene,
oh my god, yes. Character redeemed. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
It makes me feel a little bit better.
Yes. Man, that was rough last episode.
Oh yeah, they've done Madeline. So her name's Madeline Madden, the woman who's playing Egwene, and oh my God, does she do an amazing job?
I love her as Egwene.
Oh my God,
she's one of my favorite. She and Nynaeve are some of my favorite actors and actresses. I can totally. I love Lan Mandragora.
Oh yeah, Daniel Henney. Are you kidding me? Butt rock.
Daddy Lan.
He can be my king.
I need to get it. I need to make a GIF of when he walks into the bathtub from episode 1, season 1.
How is that?
You can make it and send it to me.
I'm sure somebody has it.
Yeah,
all these content creators, somebody has it.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, it should be a GIF already.
So I forgot who pointed it out. Someone pointed it out. This isn't mine. This is somebody else's that pointed this out. So braiding your hair is a big thing for women in the Two Rivers. It's a significant step for becoming a woman. Then Egwene unbraided her hair when she went into the White Tower in the show.
Right.
And then when she first got made a Damane, they braided her hair forcefully. Yeah. And then she took it out, and now here she is willingly putting that Two Rivers style braid back into it. So it's a really nice kind of
it's her rebellion
path. Mm-hmm. Yeah. My girl.
What?
It's my girl right there.
Oh man. Bro.
And here we go. The very real human evil of I did it so that we can have power and money and get our house to have a good name again. Such a good, I can't wait to see the implications of this.
Mm-hmm. Boy, you in timeout.
Yeah.
You grounded.
Yep. And who knew that she had a dungeon in the oh no, that's the palace. That's the palace dungeons. Never mind. Which means the queen knows. Like the fact that they had palace guards there to lock him up and he's locked up in the palace dungeons.
Well, he was also supposed to be marrying the queen, remember?
That's what but I'm saying they know that he's a dark friend now, or at least that's the implication.
I am shocked at the level of integrity that this woman has to lock up her own son for the greater good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's a really great thing. That's a really interesting part about the Wheel of Time is it's not religion. The Dark One and the Creator, the light and the shadow, they're real tangible things. So
right.
It adds that other, it adds more than just, a belief system to that. Like when you know that evil is real and supernatural evil is a real thing.
Yeah. But lately, all these shows depicting mothers, they usually do whatever it takes to protect their child. But now
look at Game of Thrones.
Ooh.
Yeah. Such a great scene.
It is because I love Varen.
And so, yeah, that's true. He did get told to kill his mother.
Oh boy.
I love this actress that's playing Varen as well.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't met Varen yet in the books, Ellie, but she's a fantastic character in the books, and this actress is literally perfect. I love her.
I also like her hair.
Yeah.
Everyone's hair. That's Davina. That's Davina Lamont. I got to talk to her. She was fantastic. That's all Davina. Davina does all the hair. Or Davinia.
Oh.
Davinia? I think it's Davina.
He finally came around. Look at that.
The group's getting back together again.
The band's getting
Agreed.
back together.
Agreed,
Yes.
Hopper. Agreed.
She's one of my favorite characters in the entire series.
Yeah. See, and I love this about that scene. So basically they were like, Leanne didn't notice that Varen was side talking, was talking around the truth, because she didn't say exactly that she was going to keep him shielded and in that room. Moiraine picked up on it. Moiraine noticed what she was doing. And Alana's in on it now too. So now we have 3 Aes Sedai that are there helping Rand.
Cool.
It's a big deal. That's a big deal.
It is.
Yeah.
Maxim's still looking a little broody.
Yeah, well, I mean. But so I was going to say Alana is helping because she's friends with Moiraine and she trusts Varen. Like she says, I hope you're worth it. So that it's not so much that she.
This is just a great scene. I love this scene.
Yeah.
So now we get to see when Aes Sedai know what they're doing when they link the one power, what they can do.
I love how they did all of this graphics, like the threads. Oh my god.
Such a step up from season 1 now that we get the colors. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, I was hoping they would do more in season 2 because they did a little bit, but it's so pretty. I wanted to see more and they gave us that.
I even love the Brita filter weave that they did in episode 1 when they had to clean the water. Like, it looks so good.
Right? I was like, oh my gosh, that was cool.
In the book, they talk about the one power being thread. So I really like how they carry that with the graphics.
Yeah. And I no, never mind. That's a spoiler. And we're not even done yet. You thought me just telling you about Barthanes was big. All right, here I want to make sure I count how long it takes her to open this gateway.
I'm telling you,
because I want to point out something specifically.
Just
late in
drama school. Drama school, you got to do all that. Just open it.
Here we go. So good. So he can see Sidene on her. He can see the male half of the one power.
I love the way they make the power look on Rand too, that you can kind of see that oily
the corruption
on it. Yeah, I love that.
So the idea of tying a weave off and leaving it in place is not a thing that they know how to do. But if you remember, she stopped being able to channel right at the end there when Ishamael did something to her. He shielded her.
And just tied off the weave.
Which is not something that they
don't have the knowledge of that. Yeah.
And men never do stuff like this because men are never taught. They've never had a male channeler. These Aes Sedai have never experienced a male channeler that is skilled in the one power in any way.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
And that's such a huge thing for an Aes Sedai. I trust you, male channeler, who doesn't know how to use the one power to cut this shield off of me.
He's basically got to cut. It's knotted, like it's a literal knot of threads. So he's gonna cut. He cuts it. But I was nervous.
Me too. They do such a beautiful job showing that too here.
But look at that.
Watch your face. Oh, so good. I feel it. And look how Lan. I know he doesn't have the water bond right now, but
he can feel that. Yeah. He should. He should once that shield comes off, because
she released the bond. That's why she. That's why
she gave it to
what
Alana.
happens. And then,
she gave it. Yeah, she gave it to Alana. That's right. But I feel like they've known each other so long, he didn't need the bond to understand what she just felt.
Yeah.
It's like asking your queen to do surgery on you.
And I would not let Avi. I won't let Avi paint my nails, y'all.
Be patient, student driver.
All right, it took her to get that gate all the way open. It took her 17 seconds.
Holy crap.
Remember that for the next 5 minutes or so.
Yep.
Okay.
And you saw that big thing that she did? Yeah.
What just happened?
Uh-oh.
Oh, god damn it.
Swan's like, bitch, get the fuck out of here with that sword. Do you remember Maureen swearing to do whatever Swan Sanche told her on the oath rod?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Not the Amerlin. Swan is what she swore on that rod.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. This is the only reason why I differ from my idea that they're faking it, because there's no reason for them to fake it right now. And
right. It feels real, like the amount of emotion we're getting, but they're an Aes Sedai, and what they say is never what you think they said.
You got a new fan,
Ellie, we're just gonna have you come back.
People like watching you squirm at the show, apparently.
Yeah, we are absolutely just gonna have to do a show where we just watch Ellie watch the rest of the season.
I'm sorry.
There it is. I love visually being able to see someone bound by the oath that they swore. Like, this is so cool.
Oh, so it is an actual physical thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, because they always talk about it and like.
Yep.
I thought it was just like something.
You will get to, at some point you will read about when the Aes Sedai take their 3 oaths and when they become an Aes Sedai, and they'll describe.
They that. Like so we saw it in the last episode or a couple episodes ago when she swore that oath on that rod. Like that was a real. Think of like the what's it called when in Harry Potter when they do the thing the unbreakable promise or whatever.
Unbreakable vow.
The unbreakable vow. It's very similar to that.
Yeah. So I don't like that she swore the vow in the first place, but I like that they show, like you said, I like that they show that the vows are binding. And when you swore the vow, you can't not do what you said you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at her. Look at
her face. Look at her face.
She's like,
dude.
No. Nope. Not to Lanfear. Not to Lanfear.
Dude, those freaking knives.
Okay, here we go.
Every time.
Oh God, this is the implications of what's going on here is just so huge. I fucking love it. This is so great. Look at her face.
Likewise, I know they do it later, but I hate that Sawan did it.
Yeah, that's fair. Look at the veins on her head. She does that whenever she's being crazy, Lanfear. All right, here we go. Let's see. 1 second. It took her 1 second, less than 1 second to open the way gate.
It was like an afterthought.
Yeah,
it was just like
way gate open.
It's like me going through automatic doors. I do that. Like I'm doing the magic to make it open. I do flick my hand every time.
I said I miss using
freaking heartbreak.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. I think they're really doing a great job at subtly showing us how powerful Lanfear is, though. Oh my God.
Wow, no, don't show me that. Don't show me that. No.
I know.
I know, Ellie. Oh.
No.
Oh. So good. It's so good. See? Oh, I love it.
Dude.
Such a good episode.
It is.
It was a beautiful way to show the depth of their relationship because we don't really get that enough in the early books.
No.
And so it made that more powerful.
Yeah. I don't want to say exactly what happens with the full bit with them, but like I think what they did with Swan and Maureen and their relationship statuses as they develop in the books was dirty. I think they did it dirty. But anyway, so that's episode 7, Dae'Mar of season 2. It was pretty fantastic.
That was cool.
I really enjoy the show a lot. I'm so glad that they stepped up the budget a bit and they didn't have too many nonsense things come up during season 2, and we really got like a better product for it.
So I will say Now, I will forever say that last episode of season 1, I was like, I don't know how we're gonna get where we got to go. Like, I don't know how we're gonna get to where we got to go.
Oh, and so Ellie, since you didn't know that they changed actors, Matt never the actor that played Matt never came back after episode 5 or 6 or whatever. When they go into the Waygate and Matt doesn't go in, that's because that actor never came back after their COVID break. Because COVID hit when they were filming episode 5, like the world shut down in 2019, and that's when they were filming episode 5.
Yep.
And they took a 2-month break from filming, and Barney Harris never returned to the show. We don't know why. I don't want to. We're not going to. Yeah, we're not going to speculate as to why because
that explains a lot. Like I remember Matt not showing up. After that, and I'm like, what happened to Matt?
So he's really the one that was supposed to be in the places where Perrin was in the last 2 episodes of season 1, and they had to rewrite episodes 6, 7, and 8, and they had to go back and re-edit majorly the first 5 episodes. So I'm not having that nonsense and being able to give us a better product for season 2. I'm glad that they did it because honestly, it was me being optimistic when I was like saying, oh, it's just because they had all these problems during the filming of season 1. Season 2 is going to be better. I was really just being optimistic and hoping for the best. I'm glad, like the One Power looks better. They're ironing the story out to be a bit better. Like they had to change things in season 1. They can't just retcon the entire thing. So like, Matt, they had to adapt from Matt not being there and put him somewhere else and because like that whole thing with Matt and Min and Matt being in Tarvalon, that wasn't their original plan for season 2. So I'm interested to see where it goes with it and things like that. But yeah.
I mean, along with that, season 1, I think kind of taught us that we have to be patient. The stuff that we don't understand, they're going to show us.
Just like in the books. Just like in the book, Robert Jordan was a master at foreshadowing, and
and it's just. I think the problem with us book readers are that we're expecting different foreshadowing. We're not allowing it to be.
I'm still waiting for prologue for the prologue for book 1. Still waiting. I want to.
Let me waiting a little while.
I'm ready. I want to know. I want to know how different it is on screen than it looked in my head.
That's fair.
I mean, that is fair.
Just go ahead and later on Google Winter Dragon.
And Tom, so that's fine. Google it, but then after that, Tom owes you an apology. Just after you watch it, Tom and Hopper owe you an apology. Just know that.
I will apologize afterwards. You can message me.
But granted, even that with what those people were given, they did the best they could.
It's true.
Right. So
I will say, not a spoiler. I will say Billy Zane is in it. I don't know if you remember who Billy Zane is. He was the shitty boyfriend of Rose in the Titanic, the rich boyfriend.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And he was also the Rocketeer in The Rocketeer, for anyone who has seen The Rocketeer. I love that movie. Yes, Team Billy Zane. I hope they give him like an appearance. I want them, you know what they should do? They should have the Dusty Wheel, which is another content creator here, Matt Hatch, fantastic dude. He's been a part of the Wheel of Time community just as he's 22 years. Theoryland is 22 or 23 years, and Dragonmount is 25 years. But he's been a part of the Wheel of Time community just as long as Dragonmount has, and his show is fantastic. But I hope they have the Dusty Wheel in the show, and they make Billy Zane the innkeeper. Like that would be
So you want Billy Zane to play our Matt?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? No, I want Matt to do it. Well, that's true.
Billy can be a bouncer.
That's true. Billy can be, or they make Billy the innkeeper and Matt the bouncer.
Well, that's not believable.
That's true. That's true.
And the minute Lanfear walks by, Matt's going to pass out anyway because he's in love.
He does love Lanfear a little too much.
That or men.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna forgo our usual full book spoiler discussion for obvious reasons. Which is No, which is fine. We do that sometimes when we have first time readers. That was my goal for season 2, was to have first time readers on or at least there are a lot of first time reader podcasts and YouTube shows, and I wanted to be able to have them on the show as well to get their reactions.
Yes, and this is excellent.
They're interesting, and your reactions to this are great, and your thoughts on the reasons why they're doing things are interesting. Like it's a completely different perspective, so it's a lot of fun to have.
All the old readers are trying to do is to see if the new readers are smarter than us and figure
out
stuff.
It's very true. It's very true. Yeah, exactly. Kristina and Ebony and I are just like staring at you like, damn it, she's
like,
back.
Is she going to figure it out? How is she this much smarter than we were? Like,
so I think I kind of sit between two of the polar camps when it comes to the show. There are people that absolutely love what they've done to the show, and there are people. I was reading through some of the comments on Dragonmount when y'all made the post.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of toxic people too.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call them toxic. There are people that are diehard book fans that can't stand the show. There are people who love the show and love the books. There are parts of the show that I absolutely love, and there are parts that I really, really don't agree with the changes.
Yeah,
but
me too.
I'm willing to go along with the ride and see how it evens.
Yeah, it ends. Yeah.
And also you're not like I can say this because I've had these discussions with you. You're never the type of person to say, well, if you like the show, you're not a fan of the Wheel of Time. And like and that's what I mean by toxic, because they're two separate things, and there are story arcs like Nynaeve's big thing in season 1. My husband was mad about it, but I just sat there and took it in, and I really enjoyed seeing Nynaeve like that. The Way Gatekeepers. That's funny. That's actually better than White Cloaks. I think the book cloaks. We were calling the bad like the toxic fans book cloaks, like White Cloaks. Maybe but I like Way Gatekeepers. I like that better.
There are things that I absolutely disagree with. The Matt storyline in the beginning. You and I have gotten really deep into the whole fridging of Perrin's wife conversation. There's things like that I just absolutely will double down. Don't think that they had a place, but there are other things that I really have enjoyed. And, Nynaeve in particular, I really love the White Tower, the way that they've done the graphics with the graphics for the One Tower.
The set design,
one okay, but for season 2, they've just been amazing. I've loved Aaron's arc in season 2.
Oh yeah, it's been so great.
Except
and you can see as
Saul shows up.
Yeah, me too. You can see, even if you're not a book reader, even if you don't even know what the Wheel of Time is, I feel like you can see in Perrin's character now, and especially the way Marcus is playing it, that him holding on to this holding on to this thing that he did, kill his wife by accident, not tell anybody about it, lie about it, not be able to let go of the ring when he was doing, like, that is something that's binding him internally from growing into the full Perrin. And that's going to be probably something integral to his storyline. And I like that. Yeah. Before we get too far away from talking about the toxic fandom, though, I will say, so on the back end of things, Amazon has had a lot of research into specific large fandom groups of fantasy series over the last few years for obvious reasons. And they've done market research on, like, fan reactions to things and stuff like that. And as toxic as we've seen some of the, racism and sexism and gatekeepery in the Wheel of Time fandom, Rafe did tell us that in their research, they found that where's my picture? Here it is.
The Wheel of Time fandom is statistically the best fandom.
So so that was when we got a chance to interview Rafe, who is amazing. He's an amazing person. That was in reference to, he was saying Amazon did market research, and statistically the Wheel of Time is the most positive fandom. Statistically speaking.
Well, just look at JordanCon. When I showed up in 2022, I was wandering around like a lost puppy, and I got adopted. Like, you will get adopted quick. Garage. Yeah, I didn't get into the hotel. I was in the parking garage, and tall. We're Facebook friends. Very tall, nice gentleman.
Who's tall? Paul is tall. Who else is tall?
Everyone.
I'm short.
Ellie.
Everyone's tall.
I'll have to. But I was adopted in the parking garage, and it was amazing. And
before the first day,
checked on me multiple times throughout the con to make sure I was good. But there's a comment from Maxwell here about, it's toxic to criticize the show from the perspective of the writers are dumb, lazy, don't care. I agree with this.
Me too.
Because they have such a short format, there are things that have to be cut. Yeah. And there are things
or changed
that have to
or whatever.
In.
It's an adaptation. Yes. An adaptation is not a copy paste.
Exactly. And you know what? To be perfectly honest with you, if they did a shot for shot, I would be like, oh, okay. Like, I'm really enjoying not knowing what Min is going to do. Like, what the hell is Min doing right now? I don't know. We get to be excited and surprised.
I could do without Rand and Matt tramping around through, a dozen inns playing the flute and juggling.
I did miss that. That was fun.
I could have done one or two shots of that, but I wouldn't have wanted to stick through the whole sequence of that situation.
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit? Before I lose the comment, where did it go? I had a funny story about this. What year? I don't remember what year it was. The first year that we had Rafe and the Amazon show gave us footage when we announced Ayula. We announced Ayula as Avienda.
Avi did that.
Yes, it was that year. During opening ceremonies, Rafe felt so bad about not being able to come. He was on the phone with Sarah. I was standing next to Sarah, and he was like, is there anything that I can do? Do you think like you can hold the phone up to the microphone and I'll just say hello and I'm sorry I couldn't come? Like, he really wants to come, and he loves the fandom and the community. And he's super busy, and Amazon won't let him because he breaks the rules too much. When we did JordanCon Line, when we did JordanCon Line in 2019, when we canceled the in-person convention, he called into one of our panels. Amazon didn't give him the okay to do that. He just did it, and then he got in trouble. But obviously they like him because he's going to be the showrunner for God of War, which is their next adaptation, and obviously they're keeping him around for a long time. So.
Showrunner for God of War?
God of War, yeah, they're doing God of War, a live action God of War.
No.
Yep. I got to announce that, by the way, in that interview that we did with Rafe. I got to announce that.
That's awesome.
Which one? Or like a new its own thing?
I think it might be based off of the newer video games. Oh, I'm sorry. I bumped the table in here.
Oh, kitty. Ellie, you're getting so many surprises tonight.
I know.
Yeah. She's so animated about it too.
Yeah, Ellie's great.
Yes.
I'm
gonna roll a chair.
So before, since we're not doing our end bit here, with the spoilery stuff, I do want to make sure I announce for next week. So again, if you haven't already voted, go vote in our polls. They're on all our social medias. I'm not going to post a million links right now, but they're on our social medias. Go check them out. Vote in the polls. Pick Avatar. And then next week we're going to announce the winner, who like the show that won. So the show that we're going to watch next, and we're going to have other fabulous guests. So to look forward to that, let's see who they are. It's going to be Beth Doman, my sister from another mister, and Allie and Gus of Wheel Tape. I'm really, really excited. I've only gotten to talk to Allie one time. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Gus, and I've talked to Gus a bunch. But Allie Allie is his wife, and she's a first-time reader, and she has been not coming to a lot of conventions and like not doing a lot of like when Gus would go on to like guest on a show, she wouldn't go because she doesn't want to get spoiled. But they're on Knife of Dreams now, which is like whatever the 4th to last book. And now it's a lot easier for people to not spoil things because she's way further in the series. So now she's doing stuff. So I'm excited because I've only gotten to talk to her one time. But that being said, this week we had 2. I'm sad that we didn't have Sarah, but we had 2 of our favorite, my favorite Jordan Con authors. I don't want to speak for you, Ebony, but 2 of my favorite Jordan Con authors. I want to make sure I post Sarah's.
Yes, post all their stuff.
Yeah. I'm posting Sarah's link right now, so make sure you go check that out. Sarah is the Fade to Black's. No, Fade to Black is the new book. She's the
Fairy God Murder.
Fairy God Murder is the first book, and Fade to Black was the second book. Fractured Fae. She's the Fractured Fae series, urban fantasy, fairy stuff. It's a lot of fun. And then our other 2 authors that are here are Ellie. And what is your book again?
The Necroscene Chronicles. You can look it up here.
Let me. I should have had the picture ready.
There we go. So.
There we go.
Woo!
Nice.
I should have had the picture ready. That's my fault again because I'm bad at my job.
Stop it.
And then Kristina.
I'm the author of the In Blood and Fire series. The complete series is done, so you can binge the whole thing.
And the first book is From Ashes.
From the Ashes, yeah.
And I have to. So I'm not only because I love all 3 of you. I was excited to have all 3 of you on, but I was gonna give Ellie crap because out of the 3 authors that were on, I was in 2 of their books.
All right, Ellie, you got to write a whole nother book.
So I'm just saying.
Luna's in a book too.
I mean, I've got more coming.
That's fair.
There you go.
No, I'm joking.
That's not
Yeah,
you want to be someone who dies.
Yeah, I'm someone who dies in the Wheel of Time, so it's fine. My favorite.
Yeah. Tom Maryland?
No,
he's not that Tom.
Okay.
No, but I did have the name. I've been spelling my name like this since I was like 6. Just saying.
Yes, and also now I'm like, anytime I see Tom without the H, I'm like, why would you spell Tom without the H?
Yeah.
Like I am correcting people. Matt has to have 2 T's. Like I have to physically restrain myself from editing other people's names that their parents gave them and told them how to spell.
The one that Sarah did actually. So Jeff, I don't know if Jeff, if you got it the same way the other Jeff did. But at Jordan Con, and I think Sarah's doing it again next year, they do a charity auction every year. And it has really fantastic stuff in it. First of all usually a lot of the authors will donate stuff, books and whatever. Sarah did and I learned this this had a name when Sarah did this, a Tuckerization. There you go. So he won the Tuckerization. So that's when you have someone name a character after you in a book. So both times Sarah's done it so far, someone named Jeff has won it. The first year was Jeff Jarvis, and last year was Jeff Bernard. But Jeff Jarvis is another friend of mine, and long story short, I killed him a lot in a board game that we played. And I told Sarah that story, and she thought it was funny. And Jeff's character in the book died, so she had him come back and then have a character named Tom come and kill him again in the second book, simply because I told her that story, which was a lot of fun. And then it just actually, like 2 weeks ago, paid off because Jeff hadn't read the second book yet, and he texted me like 2 weeks ago, and he was like, did you kill me in Simon's second book? And I was like, oh man, this is the longest I've waited for a joke to pay off. But yes, I did.
Allegedly.
But yeah, so anyway, that's some of the fun stuff that you can see in the JordanCon charity auction, as well as pointy things donated from Robert Jordan's personal armory, which is pretty cool. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in this right this second, but if I pull this up, there's a dagger kind of right there on that next to the skull on that shelf. Mm-hmm. That's from Robert Jordan's armory. One year they donated in a scythe, like a full Grim Reaper style scythe. Like it was crazy. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff there. You got to check it out. And make sure again to go and check Kristina and Sarah and Ellie's links, which I'm reposting again for a final time in chat. And if you're watching this back again later, it's in the description of the video as well. So thank you guys for joining us. This was a lot of fun. And when we know what show we're gonna watch next time, if you guys want to join, you are more than welcome.
And so it's gonna be Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Probably, right?
And
that's true. Oh my god, how would you fucking get that home? Oh my god,
we would have to ship it, and you'd have to give it to a friend. But we're gonna watch Avatar, and we're gonna have Kristina on for her first time watching it.
Oh yeah, that should be fun. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm excited to see what you think, because it's such a good writing in that show is so.
Yeah. I've heard a lot about it, but I've never watched it. I want to say my son and my husband have, my oldest, but I don't know if the littles have.
It's a great show to watch with them too, because it was on Nickelodeon. It's child friendly. Like it's it's also very, very good. It's got there's adult themes introduced in a way that is safe and children can understand it. Like it's so good.
It is so good. Like it is.
Well, when y'all announce it, I'll watch up until the episode that I'm going to be on, so y'all can get my live reaction.
If you want Avatar to win, go vote. Go vote if you haven't voted in the poll yet. Vote in all of the polls, because it's on all of our social medias. Go vote.
I am going to email all of my work kids tomorrow and be like, do this for your work, mom. Go vote for Avatar: The Last Airbender.
For some reason, Twitter wouldn't allow us to post a multi-day poll, but it'll be back up tomorrow once it comes down. So it'll be up all week. So don't worry.
That darn fool Elon.
It's that damn Elon Musk. Oh, that's beautiful.
Catherine from Redfield made this.
Oh,
well, that explains it.
There she is. And because we mentioned her again.
Look at Ellie.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I know, right?
What? That's so
I walked
cool.
around with this. My first JordanCon, I wore this all around. I might bring it again. But Ebony was my keeper of the chronicles when we role played together for the Wheel of Time.
I posted Catherine's stuff in the thing again too.
Yeah, I'm an interesting character because I'm the mother of an Aiel. I am the Empress, but also I'm a Green Aes Sedai. So just the important thing is I should be able to channel, and it has not come in yet. That's the important part. Every day I sit and try. But I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have any like powers like that because I'm petty, and the Lord knows I wouldn't act right. I know I wouldn't act right. I know for a fact.
Black object immediately.
Do you know how messed up Brian would be? That's why he won't get me a taser either, because he knows I get angry. And I was like, a taser's better than a gun. Because with the gun, like I wouldn't kill him, but I would take a kneecap out.
And you would recover from a taser. You would recover.
A taser is also better than pepper spray.
You'll have to remind me to tell you about the time that I had the police department ask me to put my sword down.
Yeah, that'll be another story. But
we'll end with me being an idiot as a kid on the bus in between football games. I don't know who had a taser, but we would tase each other to get us like pumped for the game. It wasn't one that can knock you out, but it hurt a lot.
How are people with penises still alive?
I don't know.
Every single one of y'all try to kill yourselves
on
a regular basis.
Yeah.
Like how do you make it past 15?
I fully understand how stupid you are.
We care too much. That's probably why.
That's true. I mean, the only reason I'm alive of all of the dumb stuff I've done since I've married my wife is because I married my wife.
It's because you've had a woman to try to keep you safe. That is what it is.
Before we go too long, say goodnight, Ebony.
Okay, good night.
Good night. Bye.